So it's been a bit since we've talked about Samurai 8, and we're 10 chapters in now, and I honestly wanted to talk about it because it's been pretty freaking crazy. There's been some sluggish chapters since the last time I talked about it, but I'll definitely say one thing before we jump into this. I feel a little bit of SAIYAN Saga DBZ inspiration with the latest events in Samurai 8. Let's talk about it.
Whether Facebook, Twitter, or the two, make sure to steer clear, cause I'm coming through like...
So when we last left off with Samurai 8, Hachimaru seemingly ran into who is supposed to be his princess, some girl named Anne. Now, Anne, again, I've said it before, she feels like she's a Hinata type. She feels as though she's basically like, you know, the easygoing, she stutters a lot, and it's showing a different realm for these characters. Honestly, again, it seems as though the way Kishimoto wanted to write this story, he started off with experimenting with the characters in the cast of Boruto. Because to be honest with you, one of the last times that I talked about this, you know, manga and whatnot, it was the fact that it seemed as though the main character, Hachimaru, was a lot like old Boruto, very unappreciative, doesn't respect, and that's one of the things that I will definitely say that still hasn't changed, and I'm not a fan of, but it's clear as day that that's what Kishimoto feels the new generation is. And I've seen a lot of it in my real life, to be honest with you, that kids don't really respect their elders anymore. And the amount of disrespect that Hachimaru does to Daruma, I'm just saying. Because if there's anything that bothers me about this manga, it's kind of Hachimaru himself. Like, don't get me wrong, we'll probably see him advance and grow, and this is early on, we're 10 chapters in. There's a lot of room for character development, but I will say, like, between him kind of capping for the princess and saying, nah, I've always been strong, every time Daruma teaches him a lesson, he's like, I don't even remember, he tells him shut up sometimes. It showcases that this kid has a long way to go to truly be a samurai warrior that can be a real one, you know what I'm saying? Because he's disrespectful, he doesn't take the lessons in, he lies, it's like, yo, what are we dealing with here? And that's not to say that the manga is completely like, you know, just whoa, throw it away, because there's been a lot of cool things about it. And like I said in the opening of this video, it seems as though we're heading towards, and we've been gearing towards up until this chapter when he arrived, some sort of SAIYAN Saga type of deal. Mainly due to the character Ata. Ata, between the fact of like, yo, there's been some hype shit. Him going through the moon and killing that famous legendary samurai that was guarding the planets and whatnot. This guy, it was like on some Vegeta and Nappa shit. Like all the chapters leading up until his arrival, him hunting down Hachiku, which definitely showcases that there's something very special about Hachimaru. The fact that he's calling him by another name. Again, I'm not fluent with Japanese, so I don't know what Hachiku means compared to Hachimaru, but it definitely showcases that this guy is like on some SAIYAN Saga Nappa shit, because on his way to here, arriving in front of, you know, the main cast or whatever, this dude killed again a legendary guard that, you know, he's a legendary samurai that Daruma kind of knew when Daruma had fights with back in the day. And this dude did him like butter, and then on top of that, disrespected him. There's a lot of elements with this manga, though, that it hits to the heart. I think the relationship between Hachimaru and his father, the fact that his father is really hurting that Hachimaru just basically dipped with this cat, you know, him looking and seeing, man, you know, he needs his IV and forgetting that he don't need IV anymore and things like that. It definitely feels as though there's an element of almost a father wanting to rescue his son in this manga thus far, and I like that. I like the fact that the father hasn't been completely thrown away yet, and like, you know, he's like, no, that's my son, I want my son, I did not give you permission to take my son away. I rock with that. It's a little interesting, different element, because how many shonen manga even include parents for that matter? And if they do, it's like a ging that like, yo, take that motherfucker away, or Minato, hey, I'm going to die and leave my son to take care of the rest of my problems. Like, you normally don't have the father being this passionate. And if we're speaking in terms of real world and stuff like that, that's a very good message for the kids, to be a good father and a good parent. Although based on, you know, the earlier chapters where Daruma drew the line in the sand and told Hachimaru, you'll never be able to live with your father again. I truly believe that. I truly believe that Ata is going to kill Hachimaru's father. Big prediction there, but it goes further. Let me throw another prediction. I personally have a strong feeling that Ata was possibly Furuta, aka, you know, Hachimaru's father. I think that was his first creation, his first son, so to speak. Just think about it. This dude's a badass, right? He knows this doctor, so to speak. He's like, hey, how's it going when he arrives on the planet or whatever. So he knows him. He's a robotic creation. It just feels as though there's a possibility, because look at the way he treated the father, his son, all of these years. He created a weakened robot that has so many problems. He couldn't go outside and things like that. You know, his son was essentially like very, very weak. Maybe there's a possibility that the reason why Hachimaru was in that fashion was the fact that he didn't want to make the same mistakes that he made with Ata. Again, these are a lot of theories and whatnot, but it would make a lot of sense. The fact that he knows him, the fact that he's, Hachimaru was essentially his first son. Maybe the reason why he coddled Hachimaru and protected him from the world was because he seen what happened to his first son, Ata. And I'm not gonna lie, that is probably one of the most exciting things about the story right now, between the father. I think every time you add Hachimaru's father into the story, it starts getting a little more exciting again. We got this dude hunting shit down, and again, there was some boring chapters. I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of the stuff with the development between Hachimaru and the Princess Anne, it was like whatever. Them going in search of the locker balls and finding one, okay, cool. It's showcasing a difference. I'll say this. I take it back. Maybe not boring is the right word, because in terms of shonen manga, how many really just dive right into a relationship thing? You see that there's development within their relationship. It starts off with Hachimaru lying, right? Like, yo, I was always the shit. He was capping on. And then at the same time, her trying to understand him, her feeling comfortable, her being able to find locker balls because her samurai is next to him. You're definitely going to see more with it, because yeah, now she found out, oh, so Hachimaru was a liar. Leave it up to your pops to come and blow your spot up when you're trying to get a shorty, you know what I'm saying? But I think that leaves great room for improvement, because Anne doesn't seem like the type of girl that is going to immediately dismiss Hachimaru. I think she knows that they're kind of like soulmates, essentially. She knows that. So if anything, it's going to make her want to understand him more. Well, why did he lie to me? Did he lie to me because he really likes me and he didn't want me to know that he's been a weakling all along? Honestly, I want to say again, Hachimaru, and maybe it's just that attitude. There's something about that attitude. The fact that he disregards Daruma's logic. The fact that he kind of shits on his father and says, no, I'm not going with you anywhere. The fact that he doesn't pay attention. Like, there's just so many different things where, honestly, the problem with Samurai 8, if it doesn't blow, will be because of Hachimaru. Because he just gives off that, I don't give a shit about this adventure, even though I'm supposed to, and I love this adventure. If you love this adventure and you want this adventure, you will soak it all in. But again, maybe it's a representation of today's age. And in all honesty, as it stands right now, Samurai 8 with 10 chapters, because I'm going to keep on coming back to this series. I really rock with the fact that Kishimoto is trying something different. There's some things that it feels as though like the art maybe could be a little bit better. There's room for improvement with the art, because sometimes it does feel a little bit messy. But I'm really digging right now where we're at, because Ata showing up saying, yo, a long time no see Furuta, where's Hachikaku? What does that mean? Was originally Hachimaru something else, and then maybe it broke down, and then he created Hachimaru, the father? Like, there's a lot of questions right now, and I think there's so much room for, plot revelations and so many things based on the vagueness of what's been set up. So, quick video, but I'm kind of curious what you guys think about all this. For starters, how do you feel about Princess Anne and her relationship with Hachimaru? Do you think that Hachimaru is the biggest problem of this series right now? Because the cat, cool, sensei type of guy, whatevs, no problem there. The plot itself, very intriguing, very mysterious, very different. This guy coming and slashing through planets, killing the old man. It was like, we got the third Hokage's death already, even though nobody gave a shit about this character, so it doesn't measure up. But we got a very, very strong force or ally from this planetary federation being, swiped to death by this Ata guy. This guy is like, it felt like it was a Saiyan on his way, and then he showed up and was like, what is Hachimaru gonna do? Hachimaru ain't on that level yet. Daruma's gonna have to jump in, or we are going to see the death of Hachimaru's father here and now. What Daruma said when he created the line, and he said, this is the line of the sand. You cross that line, you're never going to be with your father. It's because possibly Furuta's going to die right here. And that'll be very, very big. And maybe Hachimaru's character will drastically change after that. Maybe he'll stop blind. Maybe he'll listen to his sensei. Maybe he'll actually, be the character that we want him to be. Because, again, Hachimaru is still the biggest thing that is holding this manga back. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he would apply himself a bit more and not feel so early Boruto-ish, I don't think people would have a problem with it. Because to be honest with you, I'm enjoying the manga. Like, I'm actually really rocking with it. I think it's really dope, different, could be a little bit clearer, maybe a little bit too complex for some people, but I rock with it. It's just Hachimaru. Or it could just be that I'm kind of over the whole, hey, you need 1,000,000 years of character development because right now you're kind of a little, I'm kind of curious what you guys think about this. For starters, do you think that Ata was the original creation of Furuta? Maybe that's his first son, and that's why he, kept Hachimaru all secluded all these years. Also, do you think Furuta's going to die here? Ata's going to kill him. How strong do you think Ata is? If he was able to kill somebody that Daruma used to fight back in the day, maybe there's a possibility this dude is about to really rock shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll kidnap Hachimaru on some, DBZ. Because if it feels like a DBZ-esque arc, there's a possibility he's going to kidnap this dude. And then, Furuta and the cat is going to have to go and get him. And that'll be the end of Furuta. Big theory there. The overall thoughts and expectations for the future of Samurai 8. I'm not gonna lie, I dig it. There's still a lot of room for improvement, but this is very interesting. It's not playing by all the rules of a regular shonen. We're getting romance between the two characters already, the main characters. It kind of gives me a little bit of that Twin Star Exorcist feel, which Masashi Kishimoto was admittedly a fan of. That manga, you know, where the two characters is like destined to be together or whatever. He was a fan of that. Maybe we're gonna get some of that again with this, and that's why we're seeing that relationship developing, and it's not pussyfooting around. Like, they already know, hey, we might be meant for each other. The overall thoughts and expectations for the future of Samurai 8. Again, right now, it's heating up. Atsu right now is changing shit up and making it serious because we had a couple of character development chapters, not much development with Hachimaru. Maybe this will be it. Hachimaru's father is gonna die here. I'm calling it. But that's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Please hit the bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links of course in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day. Can't forget the music though. Hold on, let me play a little something.
Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that. For now it's whatever. One day I'll be your favorite for never.
No matter how you get it done.